What's up, everybody? Unsportsmanlike Conduct. We're back after a long holiday hiatus. A lot of things have happened since, but we're here. We're ready. NFL playoffs. I mean, like everything good is happening for me right now. Bree, I don't know what to say for you. I'm really sorry. I'm really sorry about the New England Patriots.
And the state. I appreciate it. Thank you. I'm stressed. This has been just today alone has been a lot. I made them. Okay, so here's why. If you haven't, kept up to date with my Twitter, which if you don't, I understand. I made the mistake today of tweeting out a question, and I was genuinely wondering, because I've seen this idea thrown around throughout the season, and now that it has gotten closer to potentially becoming true with Mike Vrabel being fired this morning, I asked people if you really genuinely feel like Vrabel would be an upgrade over Bill Belichick at head coach. Please explain to me why, because I don't think so, but I know that there is a significant amount of people that do. So I asked for two legitimate reasons. I think that's fair. 2 is okay. I'm not going to make you give me, a full 3-paragraph essay, whatnot. Oh boy, was that a mistake, because these replies are wild. Some of them are very thoughtful, and I can see that point of view, and I appreciate the ones that are thoughtful and respectful and things like that. Some of you guys are absolutely nutso, though.
Well, it's just the internet, and they want to get their point across, and sometimes the way they go to get their point across is a little missed along the way, but hey.
It's just, that's just life.
I'll let you know.
Just life in the big city, I guess.
My favorite reply to you so far has been, it said, first reason, no Bill Belichick. I feel like that's a fine reason. That's a good enough reason.
One of them, I think my favorite one so far, was energy and vibes. And ironically enough, it came from, I think, a Browns fan, which was the funniest part about all of it.
Come on. That's the only thing we have going for us right now. Energy, vibes, and a 38-year-old. So I get it. I understand.
Listen, that's just how it goes. But I'm not going to hijack the whole show talking about this, because I really could, but I'm not going to do it. We have a lot to talk about, though, because we were off for 2 weeks. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, all of that. And a lot has happened, so we're just gonna jump right into it. You want to just start with the most recent news? We finally have a national champion in college football. It's the Michigan Wolverines.
It is that team up north. A lot of people nearby me are not very happy about that. There's a lot of things that Ohio State fans aren't really happy about, but I'm happy because I won a lot of money when Michigan won. That's all I care about.
I saw that. Proud of you.
Thank you.
As when the Final Four teams were announced, you were right on top of it the whole way. So,
but it wasn't because I thought Michigan was better. It's because I wanted it for the storyline, and the storyline's pretty good. This is going to make a really good movie someday. You have the Connor Stallions character, the Harbaugh situation. What were all the tweets? What did they say? Bet you had. It was just so dramatic.
Bet, yeah. Bet. You had the stand-in coach crying after that one game. All the T-shirts that if you didn't know anything about the Michigan suspension situation, from the suspension at the beginning of the season, and you saw the T-shirts that the players were wearing and stuff, you would have thought that Jim Harbaugh actually died because of the shirts, and it was just wild. And then, shocker, suspended again. I have a bone to pick with the national media and their covering of all of this. Correct me if I'm wrong here, but this is just my take on it. Why are we acting like they overcame some big, crazy thing? They did this to themselves.
Oh, 100% they did.
Everything that happened to them this season was brought upon them.
Self-induced.
By themselves. So let's not act like this is this was such a big obstacle. It was. Could have avoided it, though. Maybe it's just I don't like Michigan. I'll blindly support them for the sake of Tom Brady, but I don't like them. I don't like the Harbaugh brothers at all, either one.
Yeah, I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of the Harbaughs for various reasons. But
maybe that's the bias in me talking. But I don't think I'm wrong. I think we could have really done without like the monologue after the game. We're like, oh, they overcame so much, which is such a tumultuous season, and they ended up on top. Like, okay, I don't remember us talking about the Patriots like that when they had their cheating scandals. Granted, two different things. Not going to get into that, but like I could have done without it.
Okay, should they build Connor Stallions a statue? Yes. I think they should. Without him, this isn't happening. I fully believe it.
Was he at the game last night? I know he was at the Rose Bowl.
I mean, he probably was there last night. He should have been.
Interesting.
Imagine being that crazy.
Does he get a ring?
He's probably getting compensated.
He was on the roster, on the coaching staff, whatever.
I know,
grad assistant or whatever the hell he was.
NBA, you get a ring when you're there for half the season.
Yeah,
yeah, I think they should give him one.
I'm sure they're gonna do something for him. When is Harbaugh announcing that he's taking off in the NFL though? I kind of thought that was gonna be a today thing.
Yeah, next couple days probably. Pack up the office. You got to celebrate a little bit.
Pack up all 700 kids that he has or whatever.
Yeah.
Make the move. Make the move. Bolt to the bolts. Yep. That's where he's going to go. If he was smart, that's where he's going to go. If they honestly, no, I take that back. If they were smart, if the Chargers were smart, that's who they would hire. Now, are the Chargers smart?
We
don't know. Remains to be seen. But also saw that he has interest in Vegas. I think the Vegas fan base would be really, really upset if Antonio Pierce isn't brought in as the legitimate head coach next season. I think he should be. I think he did, all things considered, with the shit sandwich he was given. Pretty good job.
I think he should go to the Chargers as well. But the coaching openings this offseason are going to be really interesting to see.
Sure are. They're already some really interesting spots. I think Atlanta, you get a good coach in Atlanta and fix that.
Get a quarterback. Yeah, we'll get a quarterback, get a coach. You're on the right path to winning some games. I don't know if you're going to beat the Saints because they clearly kicked you. They kicked you to shreds. Embarrassing. What an embarrassing loss. But I don't know. I like
Atlanta.
Russell Wilson
Atlanta needs a coach that knows how to use the weapons that they have on offense because they have a few. Bijan Robinson, hello. First and foremost,
Kyle Pitts finally.
Kyle Pitts, that would be cool. I just don't understand how Arthur Smith didn't do that or whatever. But it makes the firing fits the crime. And then I think the commander job is pretty interesting too. New ownership. They're bringing in Bob Myers, former Golden State head of craziness and everything that they built over there. It's pretty interesting. So, and there's going to be a lot more. I know everybody thinks Black Monday is the day where all the coaches get fired. It's going to take, because even some of these coaches that are in the playoffs, there might be one or two that goes. Somebody might have their job on the line, like Sean McDermott. I still personally
see Steelers fans talking about Mike Tomlin getting fired. Let's be a little for real with that one. But what you're saying, there's still things that happen.
I genuinely think if it would be catastrophic, but if the Steelers beat Buffalo, if Buffalo just completely no-shows, I don't think it's going to happen. Let's put this on record. I don't think this is going to happen. But if it does, Sean McDermott's got to go. You got to get him out of there.
I don't think they'll fire him.
They should. I think so.
I think they should too, but I don't think that they will. If there's a coach that should be on the hot seat right now, and I know people are probably going to disagree, it's Nick Sirianni. I think what he's doing is disastrous.
Oh, yeah.
I think that's really bad.
I agree. We're going to do a full, each game preview type thing. I have I have a comp to make for the current state of the Philadelphia Eagles, and I think it's probably some of my finest work yet. But we'll get there. We'll get there. What else do we have to do our little 5 things?
We have some NBA, just a little bit of NBA news. John Morant, he's out for the season. He just came back. Now he's done. What is he? He has a shoulder injury, getting season-ending shoulder surgery. And hey, the Grizzlies were doing it. They looked good. They were playing well. They were beating teams. It was kind of fun to watch. I'm not going to lie. I mean, I know I got a little chaotic with the celebrations, but they were fun. They're always fun to watch, even if I don't like the team.
Yeah. I saw it was just some like NBA Twitter account fan post this, but it was a mock trade with the Grizzlies and the Milwaukee Bucks trading Marcus Smart to Milwaukee. You would have to call the police. I send them to my home. I would not be in a good state. I would not be. I would need to be taken in.
Hey, I think that would be evaluation. I think that would be really good for them, though.
It would be.
I would be watching.
It wouldn't be good for me.
I'd be watching. I would be watching the Bucks if they had Marcus Smart. But yeah, John Morant out for the season. But Draymond Green, he is coming back. He's back after his suspension.
Do you believe what he said? Do you really think he was going to retire?
Okay, so I believe that in his mind, he really thought about it. But I don't think he was ever going to actually do it. One, you're getting all this money. You're going to just let go of all that money that you're about to get because you can't put someone in a headlock for a couple games?
I don't think he went to Silver and said, I'm going to retire, and Silver talked him out of it. I really don't think
good for the podcast.
Sure. I mean, people are talking about it. We're talking about it. So it's
that's what I mean. Like, he's
done its job.
He thought about the scenario. I don't think that he was actually going to go through with the retirement, but whatever. He's back, and I don't know if that's going to fix the Golden State Warriors. What, they're 12th? Yeah, they're not good. Their defense is really bad. I'm sure it's going to improve with him back on the court, but like they're just not good.
Did you see this comment? Connor Stallions was at a bar in Houston last night for the national championship, which the person gave a bucket of beers to him. There's a video of it on Twitter. Interesting. So they obviously are grateful for his role.
Sure. That man gave his whole that football team for them to win a national championship. He's basically a hero.
I mean,
if I was a Michigan fan, I would be thanking him for all of his service.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
That is insane.
Sometimes I wonder, just with the comments, and I love the fact that you guys comment in here as much as you do, and the things that you see and want us to see. Jay Glazer said there's no interest in Belichick around the league. That's 100% false. Respectfully to Jay Glazer, it's false.
Oh God,
it's false. Diana Rossini's already in. Listen, I trust Diana Rossini. I may not like all of the things that she has to say, but I know she's tapped in. She says that he is a coveted asset. People want Bill Belichick. In like, apparently the Commanders are interested. There is interest there.
Okay.
The Panthers too. I don't think that that's realistic given what their owner just pulled. I don't think anybody would really want to go there unless they're given a bag. But to say that there's no interest in literally the greatest coach who may potentially be available, that's crazy. Me for GM, no.
Okay, well, what are you going to do? Okay, let me put this situation out here for you. How will you respond to the people that say this? Let's say Andy Reid and the Chiefs, they win another Super Bowl, and people start talking that he is better than Bill Belichick. What do you have to say to that?
I will pull the same card that people use to discredit Bill Belichick about his record without Brady, and I'd do it with Reid with his record without Mahomes.
But he has a Super Bowl.
He has a Super Bowl with who?
Doesn't he have another Super Bowl without Patrick Mahomes?
No. I don't think so. He lost the one that he made with the Eagles to the Patriots. He wasn't on that Eagles roster that beat them. No, he was in Kansas City. He may have one like an assistant coach or something, but I don't think as a head
That'll
coach
count
he
it.
has another one.
Add it to the list.
All right, so if we're doing that with assistants, Bill's got 2 when he was assistant with the Giants.
You gotta add his Browns tenure too. We'll add that.
Well, that's fine. That's totally fine. But if that happens and we're gonna start to talk about Andy Reid being the greatest coach ever, we have to discredit him the same way we discredit Bill Belichick, because Andy Reid without Mahomes, not super great. Couple good Philly teams here and there. One made it to the Super Bowl, ultimately lost, had the quarterback thrown up all over the field and whatnot. And like Bill without Brady, like, yeah, that happened. He also, no offense, Gabb, also coached the Browns for a little while. And there were some years that they weren't.
I just got to throw that in there because it's like one of the worst teams of all time.
Yeah, not good. So like, that's what I would do. That's where I would start, at least. We got to keep the disrespect at the same level across the board. So, but anyway, went to one Super Bowl without Mahomes and lost. Yeah. So,
you know they're gonna do it though.
Yeah, I mean, I know.
I mean, that's how it always goes. This is how the comments always gonna go.
Yeah, that's no problem. Whatever. How about the Dodgers? Let's talk a little baseball real quick, just to get this out of the way.
Can they just not? Is the better question.
My question is, how is this legal? How can deferring all of these contracts be legal?
There's no rules. Baseball has no rules. You can spend all the money you want. You don't have to spend money. You don't have to do anything at all. You can have a terrible baseball team with no prospects and not spend any money and just put a team out there and have to play the Dodgers, who paid Shohei Ohtani $700 million while he's only making $2 million a year, so they can pay all these other players and not stop signing people. They want to trade for Shane Bieber and Clase. I'm like, why?
I just don't
let someone else compete.
I just don't understand how we can allow this layout of you can spend $1 billion and just defer it for the next and I know this has been like a commonplace thing in Major League Baseball for years and years, dating back to however long. I mean, Manny Ramirez is doing it, Bobby Bonilla is doing it, obviously. Why can we do this in football? Can we do this in basketball? First of all, let's raise the cap in hockey, figure that one out. But like, why is this just a baseball thing?
Salary floor is where we need to start.
That's where we need to start. Yeah. That's where we need to start. And then I wouldn't even be mad if there was like a way to, this is probably insane. And I genuinely don't know what I'm talking about when it comes to baseball finances. So like, don't take this as gospel or take this completely seriously. But there should be a way where there's like tiers of the cap to where, like, if you're a big market team, just to like get it. I think if we introduce a salary cap right away, it's not going to work out. I think if we start like that and get everybody kind of on the same level and then introduce a full hard cap, maybe that'll work. But again, I'm not like a baseball financial expert, so I don't freaking know what I'm even saying. But like, I have ideas.
Okay, how many World Series?
I think they might be good.
How many World Series during this 10-year span of Shohei Ohtani would you consider successful? At least one.
Immediately this year. Immediately. Like,
yeah, but he's not pitching though.
That's fine. That's fine. Immediately this year, because then they also just signed what's his face, his buddy from Japan, the pitcher, who's also very, very good. And you still have Freddie Freeman. You brought Joe Kelly back, who he's not a starting pitcher, but he's still a very good relief pitcher.
You got Tyler Glasnow.
Well, let's see what the health with Glasnow looks like.
But you got Teoscar Hernandez. You just got him. And then you have Mookie already.
Mookie's still there.
I'm playing Kershaw. Who really cares about that? But
I mean, I really think like if you don't win one this year, very worst next year, not going to be good. You're going to be bad. Yeah, you're going to be entering a bad place.
Did you see that photo of Freddie Freeman though?
At the Golden Globes, yeah.
Yeah, with Taylor Swift.
Yeah,
it's awesome.
Taking a look, that's fine.
I don't mind.
I would do it too.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder what his wife has to say about that.
Oh, she was mad that you can't see her in the photo.
Classic.
Yeah.
Of course she was.
She said, of course you can see Freddie, but you can't see me.
Yep.
Yeah.
Sure.
Right.
Lady. The hell. Is there anything else in there that we need to discuss before
just
we really
one thing from
dive?
last week. One thing from the games last week, and then we'll go to the playoff games. Jameis Winston is the funniest player to ever grace the NFL. I have never seen anything like him, and he will tell you how it is every single time. So
I love him. And I love this move. I don't even care.
No, either.
Don't even care. And for Dennis Allen to not support him,
you got to stick up for your player in that situation.
Come on, man.
Don't be that weak to. Oh my God!
You may not.
I was going to say some really mean things. That I know. I held back.
I know. He may not have signed off on it and whatever. That's fine. I can understand just wanting to take the knee there. You're already up a significant amount and everything. Games in hand, victory formation.
You had 41 points. You were up by what, 30 something?
It was
maybe the Falcons
41-17 or something like that.
Maybe the Falcons should have tried scoring more, not throwing a pick, or getting stops on defense. And it's a rivalry game. Run up the score. If my team were to play a rival and we had the chance to score at the last second to make it even worse than it already was, since it was very embarrassing, yes, I'm doing it. And to the people that are saying Jamal Williams, the touchdown, they're why does it matter? He hasn't scored a touchdown. That's on him. Okay, they're his teammates. Their brothers out there. They're supporting him, and they want something to celebrate. I mean, I thought it was a fun moment. And
we can't be the same people who watched the Miami Dolphins run up the score against the Denver Broncos, literally 70 points, and think that, oh my God, that was so cool. One of the highest scores ever, blah, blah, blah. And then sit here and complain about running the score up in a divisional last game of the season. Neither of them are making the playoffs, so what does it even matter type game? Give me a break. Maybe Jamal had some incentive on.
Maybe he did. And even if he didn't, who cares?
Right. And it was cool. It was cool. It was a fun thing to happen.
And they all wanted to do it together. So, Dennis Allen, you should have stuck up for Jameis in that situation. You looked weak. And now all your fans are mad at you.
Also, maybe not a good sign for what's going on in New Orleans if the coach doesn't have the teammates back like that. Who's going to want to go play for that?
Exactly.
Who's going to want to do that?
Every single guy in that locker room has been sticking up for Jameis anyways. And to the people that are saying that he should be cut, guess what? He's a free agent, so you can't do it anyways.
And he's going to have no problem finding somewhere else to go.
Right.
So, last thing about that, I also, if I were a player on the New Orleans Saints, I would say, F you, dude. Why are you putting Jameson just to take a knee? Genuinely, who does that? How many times have you seen the backup quarterback only go in to take a knee? Why couldn't Derek Carr do that? If it was really that serious.
I will say, though, I love that touchdown. I'll just add this last one. I love that touchdown because I had so many DFS lineups with Jamal Williams. I'm he has to score. He's gonna score, and he scored on the last one, and it was awesome. And I had a great day.
That's what we said here too. We were I wonder how many fantasy championships that impacted, because there were some people in season-long fantasy leagues whose championships finished this week, which sucks because however many stars didn't play and whatever. I would hate to be in a league that does that. But the point remains, I wonder how many matchups were decided because of that touchdown. Could you imagine only
an extra
being
$20?
Down? I would be, if I was on the other side of this, I would be so mad if I was up by 6 points, thought I really had it, and then
touchdown
victory formation fake to a touchdown, and I'm going against Jamal. I would be pissed. But reverse side, that's pretty cool. I don't know, whatever. Let's just have some fun. It's football. Let's be fun for once.
Never can.
Never. All right. Let's do it. We are entering what we're now calling Super Wild Card Weekend. Is that
wild card? Yep.
That's the thing. That's the name for it now. All right. Super Wild Card Weekend. We're here. And I think that aside from the Bills Steelers game, I think if TJ Watt was playing, this would be a good game. But I think aside from the Bills Steelers game, this is a really good slate. And I'm excited to watch every single one of these games, including my new free trial of Peacock to watch the Chiefs Dolphins game. But let's just go in order. First game.
Great.
First game, who we got?
The first game we have the Cleveland Browns and the Houston Texans.
Oh boy.
Oh my God.
How are we feeling?
No, I'm not. I'm getting like anxious and nervous just because I'm so excited to watch Joe Flacco, and I don't think I'm ever going to experience something like this again in my life because I never have before this moment. So I'm trying to cherish what I do have, and it might be only a few more days.
Wow. I'm really excited for this game, to be completely honest. I think it's going to be really good. I think it's going to be one of the better ones this weekend.
Well, there's like so many stories behind it, and it's going to be really dramatic. And we all know.
I mean,
we all know the main storyline around this game.
Yeah, that should be pushed to the side, not even talked about. But I mean, people are going to do it. I just think it's really like CJ Stroud versus Joe Flacco, like two completely opposite ends of the spectrum, points in their career. One guy just came off the couch like 5 weeks ago. The other guy was a second overall pick, and he's going to be offensive rookie of the year. Like, it's going to be a really good game. You got the Browns defense. We obviously know what the Browns defense is. Very, very good. But their offense, you guys have figured it out. And Houston's defense is pretty good too. Like, this is going to be a sneaky good game.
I mean, Amari Cooper did put up 200 some receiving yards on them, but I don't see that happening again to that extreme. Like, I just don't see that. I would love
sick
that
if it did.
Yeah, it would be really, really cool, but I don't see that happening again. I mean, I feel like he will probably have a good game, but it's not going to be record breaking. Yeah, I think it's going to be really close.
I'm excited.
And I feel like there's going to be a lot of scoring. The game on Christmas, was it Christmas Eve whenever they played?
I don't even
whenever it was during Christmas when they played. That was a high scoring game, kind of by accident. The Browns scored 30 something points, and then they took the starters out, and the Texans started to score a little bit, but a lot of points were scored in that game. I'm nervous for it. I don't really know what to say about it. I don't know. I was gonna go until I found out the flights were $1,200.
I can't believe that. I really can't.
It's actually really insane. And I searched every airport within like a 5-hour drive from here, and it's all the same. So
just drive down to Houston.
No, oh yeah, just a casual 20-hour drive. Yeah.
Is it actually that long?
I don't know. It's probably even further than that. It's far.
I don't know. Yeah, it's probably got to be New York City to like Jacksonville type. That's what, 15 hours? 16 hours?
19 hours.
Ooh.
No, we're not driving to Houston.
Maybe don't drive.
No. But it's going to be a good game. Again, excited, nervous, don't know what else to say. I'm buying a Joe Flacco jersey, though, if they win.
Speaking of jerseys, well, we'll talk about that.
Yeah, we can get there. I have one CJ Stroud question for you, though.
Sure.
So, I mean, I feel like he is going to win Offensive Player of the Year. Well, rookie. What are your thoughts on Puka competing for that? Because I see a lot of people saying that. Because I see a lot of people saying that he should win over CJ Stroud. I think both are great. I mean, a quarterback, you know how it goes.
Yeah. I don't think Puka should win over CJ Stroud, but I think him and Sam Laporta have, you can really make that argument for them. But I think Stroud, coming in as a rookie quarterback on a team that has not been good in years past, overachieving this year. Shades of the 2021 Patriots better, but like rookie quarterback and making the playoffs, like this wasn't supposed to happen right away. But I think that this is sustainable for them. So I think even next year, like they can be in this position as long as health is obviously a factor with everybody, but I think that they'll attract free agents now. I think it's CJ's award to lose. I don't even think he's going to. I think it's like a foregone conclusion that he's going to win Offensive Rookie of the Year, and it's deserved. I mean, quarterbacks, and I know it's kind of annoying sometimes that all of these awards are like quarterback awards, but
they do the most. They have the ball.
They do the most. They
play.
make it happen. There's a reason why, like, you call linebackers the quarterback of the offense. Everybody refers to like the most important person at work or whatever as the quarterback. Like, it's the most important position on the field. And when you're playing the way CJ Stroud is playing, like, you deserve to be recognized for it. So I think he's going to win, and I think he should. And I think
the only argument I have for Puka is that he broke a record that stood for like 70 years.
Yeah, so that's fair. That's fair. Or we can just go complete balls to the wall. CJ Stroud, regular Offensive Player of the Year, and then Puka, Offensive Rookie of the Year.
I mean, yeah. But then poor Christian McCaffrey. Yeah.
I wouldn't be too happy about that one.
Yeah, I wouldn't
either. But I don't know. Do you have any like predictions on this? Do you want to give me like a win or loss prediction, or are you're not there yet?
I don't want to give anything about this. I want to see, Joe Flacco for 300 passing yards. That's my prediction. Amari Cooper to score a touchdown. The rest is to be determined. Don't know who's going to win. Don't know how it's going to go. And that's all I got for that game. That's all I got.
I'm nervous for you, but I'm excited for this game. I think I don't want to upset you, but I think Houston.
Well, I mean, you're not going to upset me, Bree. I've seen the worst of the worst already. I don't think anything really matters. Like, even if they lose, this month with Joe Flacco has been better than any football I've ever watched in my life for my football team. Pathetic, I know, but like, I'm so serious.
Would they consider bringing him back as like a backup?
They're not going to bring him back. They're not going to bring him back. He's going to go somewhere else, and he's not going to be as good there. It's going to be over, and it's not going to be as fun, and he's not going to come back because someone's going to give him some money, and we have DTR and Deshaun Watson in there, not going to get rid of him, even though Joe Flacco is a better quarterback. But I can't say that without people getting really mad. But he's a better quarterback, and he's a better leader, and they respect him. That's all I got. Okay, I'm done. Not with the Browns.
If that's the case, I hope he leads you guys to a Super Bowl.
Well,
ride this high.
I'm just happy with the one playoff win, and then I'll be good for like at least 3 years.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, all right. Moving on, because we don't want to give you like a panic attack or anything.
No, it's too late. Too late for that one.
What's the next game on the slate? These are Saturday games, right? Saturday?
Yeah, we got the Peacock game, the Chiefs, the Dolphins. I said before they announced that game that they were going to put the Chiefs on Peacock because I feel like that will be one of the biggest games for viewers. Think about all the Taylor Swift fans they're stealing money from.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. Money-making machine this is going to be for them. Smart. Annoying, but smart. 0 degrees at kickoff. That's wonderful. an actual thing. And Miami is banged up. They just put Andrew Van Ginkel on IR plus like 2 more guys. They
Jerome Baker, he's not playing.
They signed Bruce Irvin. Did I see that? And Justin Houston today. Like they're
desperate.
Yeah. They're signing old men. Old men.
Old men that have to play in 0 degree weather, and that's not a good mix.
No. Gabb told me this morning. I couldn't believe it, but at the same time, I very much believe it. Yes. There are some Dolphins fans that are calling for the game to be moved.
Oh, yeah.
because it's apparently snowing in Kansas City today, and then it's going to be too cold. If that's the case, if that's the argument we want to have, Dolphins fans, then you cannot give any fan base any amount of crap for wanting games in September and October to be moved to a different time or whatever when those guys are baking in the sun because half of your stadium is shaded, conveniently, the half that the Dolphins are on, and half of it is not. I don't want to hear any of that anymore if you're actually doing this.
And I know they don't know much about the snow. You're living in Miami, you don't know much about winter weather. Once it gets to 0 degrees, you're not getting snow. The snow's done. It's not snowing anymore.
No.
Might be a little windy, not going to rain, not going to snow. You're just going to be really cold.
You're going to be freezing.
And that's it. That's all you got.
Well, you maybe like the older half of the Dolphins fans, because they're all people from the north that moved down.
Right.
So like maybe they know, but like, I don't know. I'm really interested in this one though, because the Dolphins were atop the AFC East all season long, and choked it away completely.
It was literally sitting there for them to take it.
It was right there.
Couldn't do it. They couldn't do it.
It was right there. So now they're dropped all the way down from 2 to 6. Yikes. I'm 100% positive that they would have preferred to win that game, of course. To keep the 2 seed and have a shot again at Buffalo rather than going to Kansas City. And I know Kansas City's offense isn't this year what it has been in years past, because that receiving core is not very good. But going into Arrowhead for a playoff game in the bitter, below freezing cold, that sounds like the worst time ever. Worst time ever. I watched Tom Brady do it, and it almost killed me probably like 7 different times. So if I was a Dolphins fan, I wouldn't feel good about this at all.
I mean, I went to that Bills game against the Patriots when it was 4 degrees, and it was a perfect game for the Buffalo Bills.
No.
Yeah.
No. No, thank you. Travis Kelce had a week of rest. Mahomes had a week of rest. They
My thing about Patrick Mahomes
this year, like,
I know everyone is saying the Chiefs are the Chiefs. They're not the same as they've been in the past, but I cannot go against Patrick Mahomes until they're out. I don't think. I don't know. I've seen it. I've seen what I needed to see. He needs to be out of the playoffs, and then I'll finally say, yeah, he can't do it.
I'm in like a pickle about that, because I want to feel the same way, but then I just look at this team and I'm just like, I don't know.
At least against the Dolphins.
Yeah. Now that this defense is in shambles, I'm going to take Kansas City, I think. But after that, I don't know if Patrick Mahomes, to me, is going to be enough for them, because he can take the brunt of the responsibility and elevate them by himself when you have Kadarius Toney doing what he's been doing. Travis Kelce maybe not having the best game, because this has been, all things considered, again, you look at seasons past, by his standards, a down year for Kelce. But Mahomes can kind of even it out for them. And I think that that'll be enough this week, but then next week, who's to say? What if they have to play? Who would they have to play? Either
Buffalo,
probably Houston, or Buffalo.
Probably.
What's Kansas City? 2?
Mm-hmm.
No, they're the 3 seed. Okay, so Kansas City's the 3 seed.
Sorry.
Yeah, Buffalo's the 2 seed.
Well, then they'd have to play Buffalo, right?
They would have to play whoever wins.
I mean, I'm assuming it's Buffalo.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
Because I don't see the Steelers winning.
I'm having a brain fart. I need to actually look at it to see. Yeah, because Baltimore's on the bye. That's my issue right now. Baltimore's on the bye. They would get the lowest seed. So then, yeah, Kansas City, Buffalo again, potentially.
I can't do another one of those games. Every single time.
I'm fine with it because the two fan bases just argue with each other and just take each other out, and that's.
Yeah, but
whatever.
I can't do it because those games stress me out, and I don't care who wins, but they're the most stressful games I've ever seen when those two teams play. You never know how it's going to end, and you never know what's going to happen. It's exciting.
I like that though, because on one side you have Patrick Mahomes running around like a chicken with his head cut off sometimes and making things happen, which I still don't understand how he does that. On the other side, you have Josh Allen, who sometimes I think is the best quarterback in the league, and other times I'm just like, dude, where is your brain? So it's like a fun little dynamic, you know. I'd be cool with having that again, but I don't know. Let's get through this week first. I'm taking Kansas City though, circling all the way back after that nonsense. I'm taking Kansas City in this game.
I will also be taking Kansas City in the game.
Let's just on record. I think I'm taking Houston in the Houston Browns game, and then I'm taking Kansas City, so we can keep like a running tally of what we get. I will
be going Cleveland Browns, Kansas City.
Okay. And that's it for the Saturday games, right? There's only 2 Saturday.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can I ask you one Dolphins question before we move on? I saw this one I thought it was a pretty good question. For the AFC East, obviously we have the Bills winning. Do you think that the Bills did more to win or the Dolphins did more to lose that game?
Dolphins did more to lose.
You think?
I think the Dolphins are fraudulent.
You think they did more to lose?
Yeah.
Well, I get that they did things to lose, but I think both teams equally did those things.
I say this as someone who hates both of these teams.
Right.
To be very clear. And I don't want to discredit the last few weeks that Buffalo has had. They were 6-6, fired their offensive coordinator, and they have been very, very good since then. They 5-1 against some pretty tough competition. They absolutely smoked the Cowboys. So yes, they have done a lot to get to that position, but the Dolphins had a cakewalk of a year.
Well, I mean, just in that game.
Oh, in that game? No, they did more to lose. Just look at turnover differential alone.
Yeah, but Josh Allen had 3 himself, didn't he?
Right. Well, that's what I'm saying. Josh Allen had 3.
And then Tua.
He had 2 picks and a fumble. Josh Allen had 2, or Tua had 2 picks. That's it, right? 1 in the first quarter and 1 to end the game. They had, just based on turnover differential alone, you're +1. You should win the game. You were up. They couldn't get a stop. It was crazy. Dalton Kincaid absolutely kicked their ass. And again, I know banged up defense, but if you're letting their rookie tight end go off on you like that, we have a lot of problems. So I think they did more, and then they were on top of the division all year long. They did way more to lose it than Buffalo did to win it. And I truly don't want to discredit Buffalo because they have been playing some damn good football for the past month. But you had it right there and you fumbled it away. 2 of our teams with a winning record. Thank you. See, the Patriots beat more above 500 teams this year than the Miami Dolphins, which is a sickening stat. If I was a Dolphins fan and I saw that, I would throw up everywhere. One of the worst teams in the league has beaten more playoff teams than we have. And we're in the playoffs. That's bad. That's real not good. So I don't know.
I mean, we didn't even talk about Tyreek Hill, so just throw that in real quick. I don't want to see him on the internet bragging if the Dolphins win. That's why I don't want the Dolphins to win. I don't want to see him doing the laps on Twitter. I don't want to hear it from him because I get it. You're upset, but I don't know why you're upset when you have the highest contract as a wide receiver ever, and that's what you wanted. And you made fun of them. But guess what? They won a ring immediately after you were gone. They already did it, so it doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter.
Yep. You easily could have stayed. You didn't have to go get all of this money and whatever. Credit to you. You got paid. And you're on also a good team. They could be better, I think. But, whatever. Basic standards would consider the Miami Dolphins a good team. There's no reason to try to stick it to Andy Reid or whatever the hell he said before the Germany game. Okay. I think you're the only one that's trying to make this a thing.
Right.
I don't think anybody else thinks
because he said it was about to be one of the best rivalries in sports. And we're you have a
yeah.
There's plenty of teams in line for that, and you're in the back. You're not even near the front of that. So
I don't know if I would consider the Chiefs and the Dolphins a rivalry. I wouldn't even consider the Chiefs and Tyreek Hill a rivalry. Not even close.
No.
It's not a rivalry when one team reached the ultimate goal in the sport immediately after you left, and you got millions and millions and millions of dollars. You both won.
I mean, it sounds like a win-win.
Like,
so what we're doing here.
Stop trying to make this a thing. But he's gonna. It's gonna be all over the social media all week and whatever. So it's, inevitable. All right. Now we're going to the Sunday games. And these ones I am extremely, like I said, I just think for 99% of these games this week, I'm really interested in.
I think the Bills and Steelers is going to be awful. I think that one's going to be awful.
We don't.
But who knows?
We don't have to talk too much about that if we don't want to. But
all I know is
that the first game of the day.
Yeah, I think it's a 1 p.m. game, and it's a good day whenever the Steelers lose for me, and it's a good day whenever the Bills lose for you.
Yeah,
but they're playing without T.J. Watt. You have Mason Rudolph as your QB1. When you have Kenny Pickett healthy, I think it's a good decision for the team if you want to be better, but it's questionable for your future and how you're going to go about things. If you're saying that Kenny Pickett is going to be your quarterback for next season, if he's your quarterback for next season, he should be starting.
Right. I understand riding the hot hand, but also how hot is the hot hand currently? Right. Mason Rudolph's playing all right.
He played the Ravens backups in a monsoon.
Although I will say I expected more from him on that day of all days, but
right.
He can't control the weather. I think the Bills win pretty handily. If TJ Watt was playing, I would say, maybe Pittsburgh has a slight edge just pressure wise on Josh Allen. Get in his face, rile him up a little bit, make him make a mistake, because Josh Allen will make mistakes.
He will do it.
He's known to have done that a few times. Without TJ Watt though, it's an uphill battle, I think, for them. So plus you're at Buffalo, that place is going to be absolutely crazy. I
think Steelers will have a pretty good turnout, but it's Buffalo.
Oh yeah,
how
I'm sure
far drive for them.
No, not at all. And I'm sure that they will, because Steelers fans travel really well. They're one of the best fan bases in the league when it comes to that.
Mm-hmm.
But Buffalo for a playoff game,
it's a little crazy.
Yeah, I don't know about that one. I don't know if you're going to be able to overpower that whole thing that they do. So,
right.
Taking Buffalo in that one.
Also taking Buffalo.
And then the next game.
Packers.
Which one is this one?
Cowboys. And I think this will be the worst game of the weekend.
Do you really?
I don't think it's going to be close at all.
Oh, interesting.
I think that the Cowboys are going to roll the Packers by a lot. If they don't, I will be very surprised. If they don't win by at least 10 points, I'm going to question what they're doing a little bit, because they should beat them. They should beat them.
Yeah, they should. They should.
But we know what happens with Dak in the playoffs. Oh, man.
I also I like what Green Bay has been doing recently. Aaron Jones is back and he's healthy. Jordan Love, he's finding it. There were flashes early in the year, and then there was a little bit of a patch where you were like, oh my God, what's happening? And that, now I think
he's
finally
good, but I think he's lucky. I think all of his, some of those are extremely lucky.
Sometimes that's all you need.
Yeah, but I don't feel like the Cowboys have a defense where you can be lucky against.
No.
That's my issue with that.
Well,
unless you're Buffalo.
Yeah. I don't feel also, like you said, Dak in the playoffs. Not great.
But CeeDee Lamb is also playing like a top 5 receiver right now.
Yeah, he is.
A lot of good things going for them. I really will be surprised if it's not a blowout.
I am going to take Dallas in this game. However, I do think Green Bay has more of a shot than Pittsburgh does against Buffalo. Like, if you just told me out of these two teams who has a better chance to maybe shock the world, I'm going to say Green Bay.
I would say the Steelers, just because
I really like what Green Bay is doing. I don't know.
I like what they're doing too. I just don't think that they're ready to take that step to do it. But if the Cowboys lose, I would laugh. So
yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
For sure. Jay Rich, it wouldn't be personal.
I'm sorry. We are really sorry for that.
Wouldn't be a you thing. We wouldn't be laughing at you. It's. And then, did you hear what Jerry Jones, like, his comments?
No, but I would love to.
He said something about how, like, Mike McCarthy's done a really good job. And then he said, but we'll see, like, what happens in the playoffs.
Well, at least he's self-aware of.
But he had to go on, like, his radio hit and, like, clarify. He was like, oh, well, the media took what I said out of context.
Like, well, it's better than saying Dak sucks like he used to, so.
Yeah, well, I almost want them to. I don't, because that's mean. But, like, I kind of almost want them to lose because I want to hear the post first round exit tirade.
No, I want them to win at least one, so
that
then
it would go on.
So they're like, the hope gets even more than they already have, and they're like, oh, the Cowboys are going back to the Super Bowl like we do every year, and it just plays out a little more for it to be taken away. Yeah,
that's true. That'd be fun.
But I think I don't know. I don't see him messing up in this round.
I hope not. Like, I genuinely hope not.
I want to see a Lions-Cowboys rematch.
Yes. That's what I want. Also, like, Stephon Gilmore on that team, I got a lot of love for him, and he's playing real well this year, like, back to, like, his Stephon Gilmore ways. So I'm really, really proud of him. Great Southern accent. Thank you. I practice my accents. I have a good British accent too, if there ever comes a time where we need to bust that one out. Yeah. Anyway, it's irrelevant. I take Dallas in this game.
Going with Cowboys.
And then this to me is the game of the weekend.
I think I'm more nervous for this game than I am for the Browns Texans game, just because you have Matthew Stafford and the Rams coming to Detroit to play the Lions. This is the Lions, first playoff game in how long?
First in 30 years. And Matthew Stafford is the one that they have to face.
Like, it just...
You couldn't have wrote a better script if you tried.
I'm telling you what, I will cry. I will cry for Detroit if they don't beat Matthew Stafford. That's going to suck. That's going to suck real bad for them. That's going to suck for their fans. And it's going to hurt really bad. Oh, man, at least just win one, please, against Matthew Stafford. He already has a Super Bowl. Maybe he should do Detroit a solid.
Yeah, just throw the game.
Throw the game. Yeah, throw the game away.
Just throw the game. On the flip side, if I'm Jared Goff or even a teammate of Jared Goff's, I am talking so much shit to him this week to fire him up. Saying everything like, oh, they didn't want you. They got rid of you. And what did they do? They wanted to go win a Super Bowl. Like, I would make him feel like absolute shit about the whole situation. Because this is a revenge game for Jared Goff. This isn't one for Matthew Stafford. Matthew Stafford, got what he wanted, went and won a Super Bowl, like, whatever. He's doing all right. Jared Goff, like, they kicked your butt to the curb, dude. They didn't want you anymore. And, like, he wasn't all that great. Whatever. But, like, you were done. You were sent to the Shadow Realm, which is what Detroit was at the time. They figured it out, obviously, since then. So if I'm him, I'm, like, harnessing all of that from over however many years it's been, the 3 years that it's been. And I'm going crazy. And I think that little morale boost for them, little old bulletin board material. I think that's why they're going to win. I hope they win. I also would be very sad for them if they didn't. Him specifically.
I would actually cry because I get it. I get it how it is in Detroit. They don't win anything. They never win anything. They're always the joke. And this would be a really awful joke to be a part of.
Yeah. Oh, especially after like the way the Dallas game ended, and then you had to. Ugh. Yeah. But also, flip side, I would like to see the Rams win. Like, I'm torn in this game. I'm gonna side with the Lions.
I'm going with the Lions.
Solidarity, because we've been on them all year long, supporting them all season long.
We're like 3 years deep in Lions support.
We are. We really are. Since the inception of this show, we have been
Dan Campbell
pro Detroit Lions. We have been. But also, like, I like what the Rams are doing. Everybody's healthy. Cooper Kupp and Puka are the new 1-2 punch. That's really cool. Kyren Williams is good. Matt Stafford is doing what he has to do. He's not like full crazy, 500 yards a game type Matt Stafford that we would see in Detroit, and then they would end up losing. But he's not just stat Padford as he's known. He's not doing that. He's actually obviously winning games. I think it's going to be a really good game. I just hope Sam Laporta is okay, because
I feel like he's not going to be.
I feel like he's not. Dan Campbell said it's not serious, but it's not good.
That means he's not playing.
Don't know what that means. Maybe it's the same thing that TJ Watt has, a sprained MCL or whatever it is, and he's going to be out for however long.
Well, it looked like he hyperextended his knee a little bit. Didn't look fun.
I've done that a few times. That hurts like a mother. Which would be a real big bummer, because he's a vital part of that offense, breaking records for rookie tight ends and stuff. Very, very good. Won me my fantasy championship. Thanks, Sammy. By the way, won my fantasy championship, guys. I know this has been an all-season thing.
We did it. We made it.
There's that. We did it. Undefeated season.
Love
$700 in my pocket.
Oh, nice.
It's great. But yeah, anyway, I'm taking the Lions in this game, but I think out of all of the games this week, this is going to be the best.
It's going to be the best one.
And
I'm also taking the Lions.
It's the Sunday night game.
I'm serious. I might cry if the Lions don't win, out of empathy for my friends of Detroit.
Hopefully we don't have to experience that then.
Yeah, no.
And then lastly, to cap off the week, oh boy, Billy is going down to Tampa. And I don't have a good feeling about this for the Philadelphia Eagles.
I could not be anywhere opposite in this game. But I think it has some underlying issues to my reasoning. I don't know. I'll let you go first, and then I'll tell you why.
So, the Philadelphia Eagles started 10-1. We all remember that. Oh my God, has it not been good since then? If you guys remember, and I know I bring everything back to the Patriots, but just hear me out on this one. The 2019 Patriots started the season, I want to say either 8-0 or 9-0. They went on to win only one or two more games, I think, after that, and lost the season finale game to the Miami Dolphins to knock them back into the wild card position. And it was bad. I was at that game. It was brutal. And then in come the Tennessee Titans and Brady's last game. We all know how that ended. Whatever. I have a feeling that the Philadelphia Eagles are going full 2019 New England Patriots mode right now. And I think Nick Sirianni is at the very top of the reasons why this is happening. Jalen Hurts also not playing well. I don't know what the hell's going on with AJ Brown, what that issue is, if he whether he's not getting the ball as much as he would like, or if they're not happy with drop percentage when he does get targeted. I don't know. I have no idea. Defense also not good.
The defense is probably number one issue right now.
Really bad.
And
we decided to give Matt Patricia play calling duties about 3 weeks ago. Questionable decision, not
good.
Whatever. It just hasn't been good. Jalen Hurts broke his finger the other day. What the hell even happened? I didn't watch that game.
Well, the bone looked like it was about to pop out.
Okay, so that's
it was
not
good. That back in the middle part was sticking out, and it was disgusting, and I hated it.
Ew.
Yeah. So
okay,
not
so
ideal.
That.
Yeah, not ideal.
And Tampa's defense is still pretty good. I know that the Baker Mayfield aspect of it, they're not on paper a great team, but sometimes you don't have to be. Sometimes you just have to do everything you need to do the right way any given Sunday. There's a reason why that's a cliche. And I hope I'm wrong because I really like this Eagles team. Y'all ever seen a previous year's Super Bowl team? Yes, the 2019 New England Patriots. I literally just said they were undefeated coming off a Super Bowl and then crapped out. I don't know. I don't feel good about this for Philly. And if I was a Philly fan, I would be really nervous going into this because this has just been an absolute abysmal month for them.
Well, I think their fans hate their team right now, so. And they're kind of like, yeah, you probably should lose. You probably are going to lose. So I don't think they're getting their hopes up. Obviously, of course, they're going to be mad regardless.
Yeah.
But that's how their fan base feels right now.
I'm scared for them. Because I like Jalen Hurts a lot. Mm-hmm. I thought that they were going to be undisputed best team in the NFC this year. I knew the 49ers were going to be there, but I still thought Philly could edge them out. Nope. So, but if you guys remember from week 4 of the season, Gabb said something.
That was stupid. It was dumb to say out loud.
I said we were going to hold her to it, and we're holding her to it. She said if Baker Mayfield has more wins than the Cincinnati Bengals. Well, first we said Joe Burrow, and then we said
actually, you know
whatever.
What? Okay, continue, and then I'll go at the end.
Oh boy, I'm nervous of what you're going to say.
Actually, okay, you go, and then I'll.
So first we said Joe Burrow, but then Burrow was hurt at the time, so I said, what if Burrow has to miss time? And then she said, okay, just the Bengals then. So here we are. The Bucs have more wins than the Bengals.
They don't.
No, they don't.
They don't, though. They're both 9-8.
Okay, but they made the playoffs.
It doesn't matter. I said wins.
Shit.
I said wins. They're both 9-8. They're both 9-8 because the Cleveland Browns gifted the Cincinnati Bengals that nice little win on Sunday to put them above 500. But we still have the potential for it to happen. They're playing the Eagles Monday night.
Okay. All right. So this is going to be the tiebreaker then.
Yes.
So if the Bucs win, oh boy,
Jersey time.
talk about a loophole.
Hey, my
That's
team.
fair. I mean, no, you're right.
Do.
You're right. I thought Cincinnati had 8 wins.
And then I remember that we just said, "Here you go, take it." So
to the Cleveland Browns.
Oh, that's so funny. That is so funny. So that's another reason why I'm taking the Philadelphia Eagles. And besides the fact that the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, they couldn't score a touchdown against the worst team in the NFL. You're playing in the worst division. You can't score a touchdown against the Panthers. The game was terrible. You had 3 field goals. You barely won your division. The Saints were knocking on your door. They were scoring touchdowns at the end of the game just in case they needed it if you guys would lose. And now Baker Mayfield is going to lose to Jalen Hurts and the Eagles. Then the Eagles are probably going to go on and suck after that, but that's okay as long as we get the win there.
All right. Whatever. We'll allow it. We have to allow it. I mean, the
rules are rules.
Technicalities and whatnot.
Right.
All right. So then let's go Bucs then. Okay. So whatever. We both have made our picks for the week. I think we just differ on the first game and the last game. So everything else in the middle we are aligned with. And we'll see how that all goes. But to wrap up this week's right, we don't have anything else to talk about.
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
To wrap up this week's show, we are going to do a little hockey trivia game, hockey vocab trivia with Gabb, because she has something coming up to where she's going to be asking other people these things.
So I need to learn them before I start asking them.
We have to make sure she knows what the hell she's even saying before she's asking anybody else. So we have this quiz, and I literally, like, our producer sent this to us, and like, this is our thing. So it's, how much hockey slang do you know? So,
you know that Johnny Manziel Netflix meme? 0. It's me.
I think you'll be, I just like combed through these. I think you're going to be fine.
Sure.
For the most part. Some of them are like trivia-y type, but like, I think
Bree,
you're going to be good.
I know nothing.
You're going to be good. Don't worry about it. All right. Question 1. Who does zebra refer to?
The refs, officials. What's our title? Officials?
Refs.
Got it.
There's linesmen and referees, but you can just collectively call them refs.
Refs.
You're good. All right. Okay, so we actually, in games past, we went over this one. Let's see if you can remember.
That's probably not going to do much.
When we talk about the great one, being like the person, the great one.
Wayne Gretzky.
Nickname. Thank you. See, you do remember. There you go.
I know that one. That's all I got, I think.
Okay. This one, I don't even know if I know. I think I do. What's a mucker good at? And here's it's like multiple choice. So a mucker, M-U-C-K-E-R. Forechecking and working the boards.
Derogatory.
It does. Sounds not nice. It's either forechecking and working the boards, setting up their teammates, scoring goals, taking face-offs. I don't know if I've ever heard this one before.
A.
Okay. I think that's what I'm going to go. Yeah.
Well, I just did it because I didn't remember anything that you said. What was it?
Forechecking and working the boards. So like basically like hitting people against the boards and stuff.
Got it.
The mucker on the team is by no means the most skilled player. They usually make up for their lack of finesse by working hard and grinding. Oh, okay. So you like a fourth line grinder. Like, okay. I've never heard mucker before, ever in my life. What do you call it when a goal is scored between the goalie's legs? Either going 5-hole, starting a gong show, pinching the pipes, finding the slot.
I have no idea. I don't know. Those are all insane.
Take a guess? You want to take any guess?
I don't even remember any of the words that you said. Something about slots.
Going 5-hole, starting a gong show.
No, not that one.
Pipes,
not
pinching
that
the
either.
pipes, finding the slot.
I can't pick one. They're making me. I don't know. Last one.
No. So this one is going 5-hole. If it goes between the goalie's legs, that's
what does that mean?
That's through the 5-hole. I don't. It's like the corners are 1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh, because I was like wondering what are the other holes. I didn't know where the other holes were coming from.
I honestly don't know. Let's see what the explanation is.
5-hole.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so if between the legs is 5-hole, where are the other 4? The upper left and the upper right, lower left, lower right.
See, I was just confused.
So, like,
yeah, I didn't know where the other 4 holes were coming from, so I was a little concerned.
I wasn't even fully confident on that one either, so on like the explanation part of it. All right, which one of these does not mean to score a goal? Oh, you should know this one. Sure. Multiple choice. A, to put the biscuit in the basket.
That sounds like a goal.
Yep. B, to dump and chase.
Don't know.
C, to light the lamp. D,
that one sounds a little bad.
To go top shelf.
I don't like C.
Okay.
Is this what it is or isn't?
What means to not, like, what doesn't mean score a goal out of the 4 I just told you? Which one of them is not a goal?
C, but it's not gonna be. Is it C?
No.
Oh, what is it?
C is a goal reference because when you score a goal, the little red light on top of the goal goes.
Oh, gotcha.
You know?
Yeah, I wasn't thinking that.
So this one is dump and chase.
Dump and chase.
So that's like when you just like toss the puck down the ice and you have a guy just chase after it. Dump and chase. Let's see. Oh, this I'm not even gonna bother with this one. This one's about goaltending styles. You don't need to worry about that one. Okay. That's a lot.
They do that in basketball.
Okay. Which of these means spending the entire game on the bench? A, burning the barn. B, cherry picking. C, riding the pine. D, back checking.
C.
It's like a universal term. Okay. What is slapping some Alfredo on it referring to? A saucer pass, A. B, hip checking somebody. C, deking. D, scoring.
Well, I don't even know what C is. So I'm going to go A. Because you said
A is correct. A is correct.
Well, I mean, why would it not be something with some sauce?
Yeah, I mean, that makes sense. Like some of these are just awfully dumb. Okay. When a goalie stands on his head, what is he doing? A, letting in almost every shot. B, playing so well that it's impossible to score on him. C, getting into a fight. D, playing the puck out of the crease.
Can I run those back?
Okay. Yep. So when a goalie stands on his head, what is he doing? A, letting in almost every shot.
I'm just going to go with A.
Wait. You got to hear the rest of them. B, playing so well that it's almost impossible to score. C, getting into a fight. D, playing the puck out of the crease.
A?
No.
What does it mean on his head? What does that mean?
So when a goalie stands on his head, that's what you say when like this guy is playing out of his mind. Nobody can score on him. Even if you think you have a chance, you don't have a chance. So it's like,
do you use that phrase?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I do actually. I have before.
Got it.
It's a good one. Term of endearment. Okay, this one is really bad. I'm gonna do.
Okay, let's do like one more.
Let's do 2 more. These last 2 are good. Which of these players is Mr. Hockey? This one I think you should know. It's a relatively familiar name. Mr. Hockey. Is it Mario Lemieux, Sidney Crosby, Bobby Orr, or Gordie Howe?
Can I go the first one?
No.
Sidney Crosby.
No.
What? Those are the only 2 I know.
It's Gordie Howe.
I have no idea who that is.
So, okay, Gordie Howe played
you
for...
You said someone that I would know, so I went with the only 2.
I thought he played for the Red Wings, retired when he was like 50-something, played for the Whalers too, R.I.P. CT Whale. Really good. And he like just passed away a couple years ago. So
R.I.P. Oh my God.
Really good. Really, really good. And then last one. If you get a penalty, where do you go? The sin bin,
that little box.
the sin bin, the wheelhouse, coast to coast, or the fishbowl?
I think that sin bin sounds fun, so I hope that's
That's it.
Oh, okay, nice.
We didn't keep track.
No, and I don't even know because that was chaotic.
I think you got most of them right though.
Besides Sidney Crosby,
there was a lot. Yeah, that's all right. There's a lot on there. Again, some of those I skipped a lot of them because they're just absolutely ridiculous. I don't think I've ever even used those phrases before, and I've been watching hockey my entire life. So
yeah, then I definitely wouldn't know them.
But I'm excited to see how this little adventure goes because just
definitely I'll learn a lot. I will learn a lot.
And that's it. We're done for the day. We are 16 minutes over. So sorry about that, y'all.
For keeping you guys forever. We had a lot to talk about.
But
a lot going on.
We'll be back next week. And I mean, if we had a lot to talk about this week, I can only imagine what next week is going to be like. So get your rest. Make sure you guys are hydrating.
Get your Joe Flacco jerseys ready. Flacco
January
fever
Joe
begins.
It's time. January Joe is back. And we'll see you next week.